Hi guys, Darth Deuce here with another Gunpla model kit review to take a look at. And today I'm going to take a look at the high-grade Universal Century RX-79 Gundam ground type. This is from 08th MS Team, which is a series that I really enjoyed. And the Gundam ground type is one of my favorite Gundams. I just like the whole idea that it wasn't mass produced, but there's more than one suit produced and it was made for use by normal soldiers rather than some special new type. So I thought that was really cool. So yeah, let's take a look at it. This is obviously, like I said, high grade Universal Century, a 1/144 scale. There's actually one of these guys released in the HGUC line. I think it was way back in 2007, I think. So this is technically a revive, I guess. The box doesn't say it's a revive, but it's a revive. I don't have that previous kit, so I can't compare the two to say if this one's that much of an improvement. I have to assume it's at least somewhat of an improvement. But anyways, let's get into it. I have him pretty much a straight build. I did some panel lining and obviously applied the foil stickers and also some of the optional marking stickers. You do get some optional marking stickers. You get multiple amounts of larger and smaller, just numbered, clear number stickers, as you can see. I have some stickers right here on the shoulder. That's my birth year. I decided to put that on there. I think it looks pretty cool. And you can do what you want with them. So yeah. We're looking at it. The build is pretty good. You know, it's a relatively simple but still interesting and fun build. And the final product is relatively solid. I have a couple issues, but they're not super major. I do really like the look of the kit, though. I love the way the head looks with just some panel lining and even the foil stickers. It looks really good. I would definitely be careful with this V-fin. I've heard of some people have broken it. I was lucky I didn't break it. I was careful. But just be careful with that. It is a pretty fragile piece. And I like the look of the head. I think the foil stickers work really well with it as well. I think it looks really good. And then on the front here, you have the torso. I like the blockier nature of this Gundam mobile suit. You got some red and some yellow. Problem I had with this one is this white piece here kept falling off, like it barely clipped in, so I actually glued that on. So now it doesn't fall off, but that's something to keep in mind. Little sticker right there. You got the Vulcan gun right there. It looks pretty cool. At least I think that's a Vulcan gun. It's been a little while. And you got the shoulders here looking pretty good, and the arms, forearms look good. The proportions look pretty, pretty correct, I guess, to put it bluntly. And you got the side skirts here. On the side here, you do have the extra magazines for the machine gun. You can remove those if you want to, so that's pretty cool. Just put them back on there. You got the back plate. You do have the backpack. You got like the thrusters there. This does have the gimmick. You can flip these out, flip this out, and slide it down. And this is for holding the backpack, which we'll get into later. I'm just gonna put that back down for now. And he's got the legs here. Got some nice color separation on these things on the shoulder, or not the shoulder, the knees there. Not too much to talk about for feet and leg wise, aside from they look pretty good. You do have the gimmick here. There's a little indent here, and I don't have long fingernails, but hopefully I can still. Okay, I went a little overboard, but you can actually open up the sides so you can see the stored beam sabers, which is pretty cool. I always like beam saber storage, and I like that while there's no hinge joint with friction, the way it's built, you can just have it open like that, so you can pose them reaching for the beam saber if you want to. And then the beam saber itself just tabs into the inside there. So I'm going to keep that out for now. So that is pretty cool as well. Overall, it's a really good looking kit. I like all the color separation, and for the most part, it's solid. One thing about solidity, not with these hands, but one of the other hands, the trigger holding hand, it likes to come apart a little too easily. I like it when they come apart easily, especially if they need to hold stuff, because it makes it just easier, but that one comes off too easily. Another problem I have is with the torso here. The way the torso is constructed, it's made so that it can ab crunch, but the way it's built, it pops off really easily. So it makes it a little irritating to handle a bit, but it's still not that bad. Overall, it's still, shake it around. It's not going to fall off or anything. So that's pretty good. Articulation-wise, you got a ball joint in the head. You can look up decent amount, not really look down, and you can rotate it. Because of the bulkiness of the head and this collar piece, it's a little hindered. You have a ball joint at the shoulder, and you got a hinge that goes out. You also have inwards movement, which moves out inwards pretty good. Rotation, double hinge, which moves really well, and then a ball joint in the wrist. You do have, like I said, that ab crunch, which you have to be pretty careful as it pops off super easily. But you can get a decent crunch there. And then you have rotation as well. These are hinged on the outside, and these are on a ball joint, so they move out of the way pretty easily, and you can get pretty much full splits in the legs there. Kicks out really well, kicks back just a bit. You have rotation, double hinges at the knees, move in really well, and you have ankles that pivot out really well, pivot inwards pretty well, and have a decent amount of rocking pivot. And if I can do it real quick, you can get really solid and really natural looking kneeling poses, like so. So I'm not, obviously it's not in a great pose, but you can get really, really great kneeling poses out of this guy, which is pretty important for this model, especially with some of the weapons it has. It's really fantastic. You can get these kind of stable poses that look so fluid and natural. But now we can talk about the accessories he comes with and all the stuff. So he does come with some hands. I have on him just normal gripping hands, which are good. You also get a trigger hand for the right hand and an open hand for the left hand for doing different stuff and whatnot. Those are just right here. Not too much to talk about. Like I said, this one comes apart just a little on the easy side. You also get two beam saber hilts, which are pretty simplistic looking. And you get two beam effects. So you get two beam effects, and I really like this. They're quite long. They're also a really nice pinkish purple vibrant color. You can just insert them, and there you go. You got the beam saber, and you can just slide the beam saber into the hand. You don't have to take it apart, which is always appreciated. And I'm not gonna go crazy doing good posing, but there you go. That looks pretty cool. I like that. He also comes with his shield, which is pretty cool. There's a few different things you can do with it. It has a tab, so you can tab it onto the arm. It can also rotate on there, so you can do what you want with it. But yeah, you can tab it on the arm, either arm, and you can do what you want. So that is pretty cool. I think it looks pretty good. And you can also flip down this little stand here, and you can set it down on the ground like so, and it can stand up like it's a barricade. So I think that's really cool as well. I'll just put it right there. Get a few different guns as well, which is always nice. You do get the machine gun, which I really like. It looks really cool. You can take off the clip, which is not something all high-grade weapons can do. You can also flip out the extra grip, and you can flip out the stock. So that's really cool. You get a lot of functionality with this machine gun. And again, this one doesn't have a trigger loop or anything, so you can just slide into the gripping hands, and it holds it pretty well. So I like that. And I think that looks really cool. I really like how that looks. He also comes with the beam rifle, which is pretty cool. I did a kind of a shitty panel line job on it, but it still looks pretty cool. I got a foil sticker there. And you can move the foregrip there. And then this one you do want to use the trigger hand for. You can get them gripping that, and then hands are easy to swap like they usually are on Gunpla kits. Pop that in, and again, another good looking weapon on the ground type, although a bit looser, and you do want to be careful because of the hand not being the most snuggest clip in, but that looks cool. Now, taking this out of the hand, I need the trigger hand once more. Because you get one more gun, and you get the massive 180mm cannon, which I really like. It's my favorite weapon that this model comes with, and it's what I like to display him with. It's really cool, quite large. It's like as tall as the kit itself. You can remove the clip, which is really cool. Again, you don't really get that functionality with high grades. It can also disassemble for a certain reason, which I'll show in a second. but you can get him to hold it. I guess I'll show that real quick. I'm not going to put him in a two-handed pose or any crazy pose, just to save on the old time. But yeah, so you can get him with the big ass gun. And if you play around with it, you can get some pretty good two-handed poses and get him kneeling and doing those cool poses. So that's really cool. And then one last thing you do get, like I mentioned prior, is you do get the backpack here, the large backpack, which is pretty cool. It can open up, and it has this little tray here. You can slide that out, and you can actually store the gun in here. So I will show that off real quick. So here's the backpack with all the stuff in it. You can clip the magazine onto the side, and you can take it all apart, put it in the backpack, and you can close it up like so. And you can put the backpack, just clip it on, clip that on, and you have the backpack with the gun in there. Backpack makes him a little back heavy, but not too bad. You can balance it out pretty good and still look not too bad, so that's pretty cool. Obviously, it's a big ass backpack, but it's a really cool feature and a really cool accessory, and I really do like that gimmick. I think it's a really, really nice gimmick and a really cool one. Really quickly, I will just quickly give him a little comparison with another suit. Here he is with the high grade Goof custom from 08 MS Team that came out like 8 years ago now, which is pretty nutty, but it still holds up. And these guys look pretty cool together. I'll probably be displaying them fighting each other or something like that, even though I don't know if I can't remember these two. I know Ko didn't use this suit against the Goof custom. Can't remember if anyone else on the team did, but yeah, it's really cool. Overall, I think this is a really good high grade. It's a really cool one. I think it's definitely going to be a runner for my top 10 figures of the year for sure. I really like the suit and really like the kit. And if you're building Gunpla, I'd highly recommend picking this one up if you're building high grades. It's a really, really good one. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I will see you all in the next video.